Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Well, today is the first day of our official harvest for the farmers market, which is tomorrow. It's pretty awesome. We're in the greenhouse here. The crops are looking awesome. If you've seen my update on my last video, you'll know that we got lots of stuff. We got some spinach, we've got radishes, we got our salad nova salad mix, we have basil, we have asparagus, and we have some green onions we got to cut as well. So we are ready to rock it out for the farmers market tomorrow. I planted everything in here. It's the last week of March. A week earlier. It's been seasonally warm this year, so things are really taking off, and we're going to harvest. So come along on the journey and let's see some harvest of our awesome veggies here. Okay, so the first crop we're going to do are radishes here. We want to get them up and out, and we'll see how they're looking. So far, I picked a few this week already, and they're looking pretty good. I don't sell many radishes, but I want to be able to have a bunch of extra stuff for the farmers market. Hopefully we sell lots. We'll see. It's a long weekend this weekend, or maybe 2 for a weekend, so it usually brings out all the cottagers up to the cottages and out to the market. Everyone's excited for fresh veggies. We are one of the first ones, actually we are probably the first ones that will have veggies for the market. One of my mentors that I like watching, and they did a workshop with J.M. Fortier, one of his things says, first one to the market is king of the season. So you have veggies first to the market, people come to you, and they'll just keep coming to you. Look at these bad boys. Look how beautiful they're looking. So I usually do 10 to 15 per bunch, depending on their size. And these have sized up quite nicely over the past few weeks. So I'll do that for a bunch right there. Look at that. Looking good. I use elastic here, pop it around them there. And I'm hoping if I can crop out some of these guys, we can get some tomatoes in here for the next week, which means I'm about a week early on getting tomatoes into the ground, which will be amazing. And these ones I don't harvest, I just throw them down here. I might toss them to the chickens. Chickens would love those, I bet. And just hear them outside there clucking away, doing their thing. So these are looking really good. So I usually do the English breakfast, but these ones, forget what kind they are. I got them last year, trying out different varieties, see how they go, and they're looking good. So I'll probably do like 5 or 6 bunches. Like I said, I don't sell many, but I've got a spa that I am working with again this year. So I will contact them and tell them what I have this week after the market. And hopefully they want some radishes. We can clean these out. We have a bunch of tomatoes down here that's reseeded themselves from last year that will be cleaning out to make way for tomatoes and our basil. So yeah, look at that. Some of them kind of get a little funky. That's okay though. All right, so once we get these cropped up, we will go wash them out down in the wash station. So I'm going to conserve my battering card, so we'll finish this, and then once I get this done, we'll head to the next crop. All right, the next crop I'm going to harvest is my spinach. Look at the size of these leaves. So normally I would use the greens harvester for these, but I think the leaves are a bit too big. They'll get caught up in the greens harvester. So I have to go by hand today, which is all right. I've cut this stuff about two times now, and it's just going crazy. Getting pretty big stalks. It's almost ready to be harvested out because it's getting too warm in the greenhouse now. So we'll get this stuff cut up today, and hopefully maybe get one more cut out of it for next week, but we will see what happens. With the greens harvester, I'd probably be done in like 2 minutes here, but doing this by hand, it's going to take me another probably about 10 minutes to do all this. But it's better than bruising your lettuce and having it get caught up in the harvester. But look at it, look how beautiful this lettuce is, spinach. We've been eating this for about 2 or 3 weeks now. We've got some outside that I planted last fall, and it comes up first thing in the spring. I mean, if you don't have a greens harvester, this is the way to do it. I use just my opal knife, and it's pretty quick. Just grab a bunch here. You can see this stuff starting to try to go to seed here, because it's been in for a while, and it's ready to be done, which is good because I was hoping to get my tomatoes in here, like I said earlier on, a week earlier. So if I can crop these out here, I'll have my goals met, and hopefully have tomatoes earlier this year. I brought most of my tomatoes in the greenhouse to start hardening, not hardening off, but really get used to the heat in here and start putting on some growth. So we're gonna get like probably 10 pounds of spinach. I've already pre-sold a few bags already of this in my lettuce mix just through Facebook, people seeing and wanting it, which is all right with me. This is a French style. I forget what it's called. It starts with an M, but it's really big. It's a bigger spinach. I just decided to throw it in this year because I had some extra seeds left over. But it tastes really good. Okay, so I'll continue cropping this out here, and then once I'm on to the next crop, we'll come back and show you the next crop, which will probably be the Salanova lettuce we'll be cutting up, and we'll get that done. So next on the list is my Salanova lettuce. This is my biggest seller. It's done really well here in the greenhouse the past few weeks. It's a slow start, but we're gonna cut them up and get them going. So you should get about 2 cuts out of the Salanova. I never seem to get that. It always seems to get bitter after the second cut. So I'm just gonna crop it out, and then I can get tomatoes in here after the weekend, so I can have tomatoes started and ready to rock and roll in here. But these heads are real nice. Ideally, I like them just a little bit bigger than what they are now, but because I need them for the market, the timing's been pretty good. I've got more on the other side for next week's market. And actually, I probably won't cut all this. I'll cut half of it for this week, so I can kind of extend it until my stuff outside is ready. I've kind of timed it usually that I have a full bed here and another full bed there. So what I'll end up doing is cutting half a row here for this week. Next week I'll cut the next half, and then by the third week that next section should be ready. And then by the fourth week, the outside stuff should be ready to cut. And it seems to work pretty good. So this is the red sweet crisp. It's a little smaller than I like it, but it's a little slower growing down here. But we're cutting it up anyways to get it out. And there's a nice size head green butter crunch. It's a nice head there. So I'll cut these up a bit more. A little slug in there. So usually when I'm putting in the wash basin, I'll just cut them up like that. And this lettuce is awesome. It lasts 2.5 weeks in the fridge if you don't eat it. But most people, it doesn't last that long because they eat it by then. So I'm hoping to get at least 15 to 20, no, probably 20 half-pound bags, because I know I'll sell most of this tomorrow. This is the green sweet crisp. These ones grow the fastest and biggest, I find, and they're the heaviest lettuce, so I like to have a lot of those in, because it just makes your bags heavier and last. Get more out of your salad mix that way. Just extends what you can grow. I might need to leave some of these smaller ones here for next week and just go for the big ones. I just want to maximize my salad mix here so it grows lots over the next week still. Okay, we'll head down and get the last few bigger pieces there, and then we'll come back and get romaine lettuce next. Okay, next on the list is our baby gem romaine lettuce. I grew this last year and it's really nice lettuce. It's a smaller baby romaine lettuce. Nice heads. Could probably get a little bigger than this, but this is a decent size. And I'm just gonna go through and pick the largest ones for right now, and hopefully there's enough left over for next week. And when I cut them pretty low to the root system so that I get the most out of it. Look at that, pretty good, eh? Liking those. This is a pretty big head in here. Look at that. Sometimes I like to leave them a bit longer because sometimes they seem a little smaller, or sometimes I'll double them up if they're too small. Like that's a little smaller, but it's okay. All right, so there's a few more back behind the camera, so I'll go get those, and then we'll head on to the next crop. Okay, the last crop of the day is gonna be some green onions. Early season, it's a short harvest day, it's only like a few hours, which is kind of nice. These are actually Egyptian walking onions. These have been in here for 3 years and they just keep coming back. You can cut the green onions now. If you don't cut the green onions now, they're going to form a seed head and give you more seed, and they usually do that twice. They usually give you seed twice a year, spring and fall, but if you cut them back now, they'll keep growing and growing and growing. So I'm just going to do a few bunches for the market, just to have a few, so I have a little bit of variety. And they're nice. There you go, one bunch done. I like these, they're fast and easy to cut. I'll just do 3 bunches, I think. I've never actually dug the bulbs out of these yet. I probably should do that one year and see what they're like. Maybe I'll pull one now so we can check it out, see what they look like. I just cut one more bunch here. So they're kind of the size of like a shallot. They're a little smaller. So let's find one here to pull out, if I can. Like I said, I've never really pulled them out before, so I don't know what they're going to be like or how easy they are. I might need to get a trowel maybe. We'll see. And they're in clusters too. There we go. That's what they look like. Tiny. And they might be smaller because I've left them in for so long. They might get a little bigger than that. Cut the roots off. There we go. And these are, or they're called multiplier onions too. So once you plant them, you never have to plant them again. They just keep coming and coming and coming back. Okay, there we go. That's it for these guys, and that pretty much concludes our harvest day, guys. I might get a little bit more spinach because I'm short on selling over this week. All right, there you go. Let's just weed out some of these wheat grass here. Give them a bit more room here to grow. There's a bunch of little small onions coming up too that seeded themselves last fall that I didn't get the seed heads off in time. I've kind of expanded my bed so it goes down farther as well. But there we have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed coming along with the first harvest day of the season. Excited to be at the market tomorrow. Let me know if you guys are harvesting anything right now in the comments, and we'll see you out there. Have a great day, guys. Happy gardening.